Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you are currently staring down the barrel of your very first organization and management test, take a breath, because you are exactly in the right place. We're going to take that massive, daunting wall of text on your syllabus and transform it into a conquerable, highly visual blueprint focusing on the key management theories for exams.
Here is our four-part roadmap to get you that A. First, the management foundation. Second, the business environment. Third, the planning phase. And finally, the organizing phase.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, the Management Foundation.
You know, you just can't build a house without a solid foundation, right? Well, for this exam, that foundation is absolutely the theory. Master the theories and you'll master the exam. Whether it's Taylor's scientific management or Weber's bureaucracy, these theories are your heavy hitters. They literally provide the lens through which you're going to view every single practical question on the test.
When you're reviewing the nature, theories, and functions of management, you really want to step back and ask the big questions. Like, is management an art? Is it a science? Maybe a bit of both? And what are those big, sweeping tasks that actually define a manager's day-to-day grind?
Okay, heads up, test makers absolutely love to trick you right here, so definitely star this in your notes. You got to know the difference between the broad functions of management, stuff like planning and leading, and Henri Fayol's 14 management principles, which are the specific, hard and fast rules for how to actually pull those functions off effectively.
To round out this foundation, we've got management principles and roles. Think of Mintzberg's famous management roles here. Ask yourself, is the manager currently wearing the hat of a figurehead? Are they a crisis handler, or maybe an information conduit?
So, once you've got those internal foundational theories completely locked in your brain, you've got to shift your perspective outward. Ask yourself, what external factors surround the firm? Because let's face it, a business doesn't just operate in a vacuum, and your exam will absolutely test you on what's happening outside those office walls.
Which brings us to Section 2, the business environment.
Like we said, no vacuum here. To survive, a firm has to adapt to its environmental elements. Here's a massive pro tip for the exam. Memorize the PESTLE acronym. That's political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors. Grasping those 6 things is literally the key to understanding any external business threat.
So here's the crucial pivot. Once we understand those internal management theories and that external business environment, what's the next logical step? How do we actually prepare the firm for the future? This question is the perfect bridge from just understanding the environment to taking proactive managerial steps.
That takes us straight into Section 3, the planning phase.
This is where the rubber meets the road, where theory turns into actual strategy. Start by looking at the nature and the benefits of planning. You always need to understand the why before the how. If a test question asks you about the value of a specific strategy, tying it back to, say, risk mitigation or resource optimization is going to earn you those top marks for sure. Next up is the actionable stuff. You absolutely have to memorize the chronological sequence of the basic steps and the different types of plans. Are they asking about a massive 10-year strategic vision or just a quick 1-month operational tactic? Know the sequence, know the categories. I'm telling you, this is absolute prime material for multiple choice questions.
Okay, so we've got the theory down, we understand the environment, and we've built the plan. But, if planning is drawing the map, organizing is packing the car. So once that plan is set in stone, how do we organize our resources to actually pull the whole thing off?
And that leads us perfectly into Section 4, the organizing phase. Organizing is really all about structural alignment. You want to link the big picture, the overall nature of organizing, directly down to the nitty-gritty daily activities of a manager. How exactly are they assigning tasks? How are they allocating capital? And how do they coordinate human effort day in and day out?
Then we hit your final major hurdle, which is common approaches to departmentalization. Look, you can practically guarantee this is going to be on the test. How does a company divide up its structural units? Do they do it by function, like putting marketing here and finance there? Or by geography, like North America versus Europe? This is really the ultimate practical application of the organizing phase.
Now, when you're actually sitting down to structure your study sessions, balance is your ultimate weapon. You want to allocate your time evenly, 25% each to foundation, environment, planning, and organizing. Please don't fall into the trap of spending 80% of your time rereading those theories and then completely forgetting to review departmentalization. It happens all the time.
By transforming that massive, flat list on your syllabus into this actionable 4-phase roadmap, you've honestly already conquered the hardest part of studying. But as you dive into your notes to totally ace this exam, I want to leave you with a slightly provocative thought. In a business world that is increasingly driven by AI and just crazy rapid change, which of these century-old foundational management principles will actually survive the next decade, and which are going to go totally extinct? Something to chew on. Keep that in mind, and hey, good luck on your test. You're going to crush it.